Everyone, welcome back to my channel Cloud Nerchuko. My name is Fanindra and today's video is about how to create an Azure database for MySQL Flexible server. So let's get started. So sign into your Azure portal and search for MySQL. So Azure database for MySQL Flexible servers and click on create. So you can click on flexible server advanced create button and then start filling the details. So the subscription by default it's a pay as you go subscription and the resource group is Azure demo I'm choosing in the server name demo MySQL server and the region is South India and the SQL version I will choose the default 8 and the workload type is dev test and the configuration for compute and storage you can see. So we have three tiers. One is the basic tier which is burstable which you can choose from 1 to 20 vCores and the next is general purpose and then third one is memory optimized and you can choose the processors as well from the below two options which is one of them is AMD and the other one is Intel and we will choose burstable for demo creation and the compute size which is minimum 1 vCore and 2 GB memory and the storage size I'm choosing the default one. The IOPS is auto scale IOPS. If I want pre-provisioned IOPS, you can choose and scale it up to 640. If you don't want choose the pre-provisioned IOPS, you can reduce it IOPS. And the backup retention, you can change from 7 to 45 days for most of the resources. So I'm just keeping it as low. And if you want geo redundancy, you can enable it. This is for region outage. And let's go with the default burstable mode. And high availability not available for the region I have chosen. And authentication I can choose the default MySQL authentication. Password taking password from password generator. I can copy the password here and close it, pasting it. So now you can see passwords are matching. So let's go to the networking. So in the networking section, you can choose either two of the methods. One is public access and the other one is private access. So by default, public is chosen and the port of the database for MySQL is 3306. So if you want to enable the public access from your IP address, you can allow it. Otherwise, you can disable it and you can set up this option later. And some of the additional configuration, you can also set it here and then give a tags and then review and create. So before proceeding to create the MySQL Flexible server, so you have the warning system. If you want to change later about the high availability or these things, so we cannot change this after creation. So that's what they are saying. And once we are ready with that, whatever the resource we are creating with all the configurations, you can go ahead and create it. And on the right side, you can see the total cost per month for our basic compute of MySQL Flexible server, including the storage. Let's go ahead and click on create. So I'm clicking on create server without private endpoint because if I want to access later or if I want to deploy later, we can deploy it later. Okay, so I'm just without server and private endpoint, I'm deploying the MySQL Flexible server. So you can see my deployment is in progress. Okay, let me skip to the creation part. Now our resource is deployed. So let's go to the resource, and this is my server name. So these are all my essential details, which has admin login name, the endpoint of MySQL server, the configuration, and the date when it was created, and the location, the status. So it's ready to use. You can refresh here. You can stop and you can restart, or you can upgrade it. You can reset your password. So these are all things we can do from the portal itself. And if you come to the networking sections, if you want to create a private endpoint, you can go ahead and create it here, and you have all the configurations you can change here in the server parameters if you want any parameter to be modified in the MySQL. So this is about MySQL Flexible server. I hope you like this video and found it informative. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.